Hi guys, I'm James.
I'm Paul, and this is
Chompers, our dusty, trusty companion.
And we are coming to you from Grand Canyon National Park, Mather Campground.
Not the Grand Canyon.
That's true.
Because there is no the San Francisco. They make it a point in the park here. Grand Canyon.
So when you're going to travel to the Grand Canyon in an RV, you really have two choices. You have Trailer Village, which is more like a commercial campground. You have full hookups, but they're very narrow to each other.
Right, it's kind of like a parking lot.
Yeah, it's more like a parking lot.
It's serviceable perfectly, but
yeah,
it's an experience.
Your second choice is here, which is what we decided to do, which is Mather Campground, which is actually a very large campground.
Yeah, there are 319 sites here, and it's probably about 3 or 4 loops. You can have larger rigs in a couple of the loops, and there are generator hours, I think.
They're limited to 30 feet, so if you have anything more than 30 feet, you can't get into the campground at all.
Mostly tenters up here, but there are RVers. We don't have any hookups. We knew that when we booked. We'd have no hookups, but we're here for 2 or 3 days. It's easy to boondock for 2 or 3 days.
The sites are fairly level. Some are kind of worn. Every site has a fire pit, a table. Many are pull through. There's lots of bathrooms here. There's water, a shower house that's at the beginning of the campground next to camper services where you check in, a dump station. There's lots of overnighters that come here, we noticed. That's kind of weird, James. That
it was quiet during the day, very quiet during the day, so that's a plus if you're not off hiking. I mean, people are off sightseeing, so that's why it's quiet. And then at 5, 6, 7 o'clock, boom, people threw tents up and
spend the night.
And spent the night and are gone before we're up.
Yeah,
so
before we're up, they've packed up.
It's the sporty sport crowd that comes here, I think.
It really is. For cell phone coverage.
Yeah, cell phone coverage.
That's always a big deal for us.
No T-Mobile. There is yes to Verizon and yes to AT&T, which is nice, so there was no problems with that if you need and want cell coverage. And then the next question is, what do you do when you're at Grand Canyon?
Well, there's lots to do. I mean, everyone's heard about the Grand Canyon and tons of activities you could do. What we did is we brought our bikes.
Yeah, we brought bikes this year.
Which is great because there's a bike trail that starts right here at the campground.
So the bike trail is paved, it's right along the rim. It mixes with walkers as well, which is fine. And there are some specific walking trails on the rim. Some are a little bit more, rougher, some are paved. You can get to any of these trails very easily by a network shuttle system, which is fantastic.
Which also has a bus stop right here at the campground.
Right.
So the first day we explored the national park on our bikes. We took the bike trail and went and biked along the rim and went into the village and saw lots of sights there. The second day we took the bus stop that was at the campground,
and you can throw a bike on the bus if you want to take it further, further points. We just did today the bus shuttle, and we did the furthest loop. So a little bit of advice and tip if you want to get away from more crowd and have a little bit more of a really natural, scary sometimes experience. The red bus loop is the very last one. And it's really nice walking between the stops, or you take the bus to the next stop and then walk, or just take the sights, but highly recommended.
Yeah, it's a great way to hike right along the rim. And of course, what would you expect in the Grand Canyon, but just awesome views that go for forever. Yeah. So hiking with views, I mean, how can you go wrong?
And in general, Grand Canyon is easy to get to by car. And once you get here and plant yourself at one of the hotels or tenting or RVing, you can get around so very easily.
Yeah, we don't tow a car. We just have our bikes, and so very easy for us to get around.
And for the ratings portion of our show,
ratings. Let's see.
I don't give 10s because I don't believe in perfection, something to strive for. But I'm saying 7.5.
Why is that?
It's a little. The campsites are a little rough around the edges, a little bit, but it's almost like a lot of overnighting and hotel kind of experience.
It is a lot of turnover.
But it's that high because it's so easy to do things, hiking, the walking. There's some restaurants, grocery stores, very easily accessible.
I'd probably give it an 8. For a national park, it's very organized. They have a camper services check-in. They come around at night a couple of times. It is a little worse for wear, but man, they get 319 people here every night, and most of them are turning over and are just doing one night. So
it's a popular park.
Expect that, yeah.
Sure.
But it's so easy to just plant here for a couple of days and explore the park easily without having a tow vehicle or having to get in your car or anything like that. So I would definitely say, for me, it's an 8. It's a bit higher than yours.
Okay. So when you find your travels in northern Arizona, come to Grand Canyon National Park.
And, yeah, don't be afraid of Mather Campground because of no hookups. It's great. It's definitely worth it. You feel like you're more in nature.
But before you click over to the National Park website, and before you do anything else, like and subscribe to our video.
Yeah.
There's a button down there to subscribe, and if you hit the little bell chime, you'll get a video every time we post.
Yes, you get a little notification that says we just posted something as we travel, and we're traveling quite a bit this year, so we'll be posting lots of videos. Make sure and don't miss out, and subscribe to our channel.
And as always, travel safe.
Travel safe.
Travel on.
Thanks for watching.